Hi, gorgeous lights. Welcome to an astrological read for all signs for the week starting. Well, I know I'm doing it from Wednesday to Wednesday, but that's okay, Spirit says, because I kind of like this, having this whole start of the week thing, which is absolutely fine. So I'm using the spell casting oracle cards this week. For the week for the signs, just so I can have a starting point. As I said, when you're working with anything, it's great to have a starting point. And I'm going to kick off with the sign that we're in at the moment for this week. So for this coming week for Cancer, just going to have a look and see which card actually comes out and let Spirit expand onto it as well. So the first card that comes up for Cancer for the week is the Healing card. Now, there's a few things that are going on right at the moment for Cancer as well, is that this is a little bit of a reflective process right at the moment. So they're talking about mental health as well as physical health. And there's little investigations going on around your side right at the moment for, I'm being told how to get enough rest, to eat properly, to consider what you're ingesting, how fast you're racing around all over the place, what you haven't let go from the past. Cancer, you're actually getting a really, really big reminder here that healing goes in multiple aspects and multiple aspects across your life as well. And I'm just being told to kind of ask Cancerians in particular to pay attention to what they're hearing in the next week. You've got a little bit of an interpretive energy around you as well, and I just feel with the Capricorn moon that we've got at the moment that there is a few instances where you can either mishear or not hear properly an instruction in the coming week, which can spiral you into being a little bit hurt, and you'll actually need this healing as well. Now, they're making it this way because they're showing me across the top of her head here, and kind of goes around her ears. It's almost like being told watch out for because it's a hearing from a limited viewpoint, and it's almost like you've got a muffled range around your Cancer right at the moment, for your ability to actually hear clearly. Now, it does sit in this healing aspect, not taking things personally and making sure to actually give clarity to conversations as well. Physical health, I've just said you may feel a little bit under the weather, with Cancerians feeling a little bit lethargic. And they're going vitamin D for winter blues, by the way, you guys, as well. So don't forget it's just for the week, but there is a reminder as well. There's an interesting that drawn me to the gold in the background here, and I've just said to you, look, all that glitters isn't gold, either, Cancer, and to trust your own values when you're deciding if someone's offering something that's too good to be true. So I'll just leave that for you. Have a really, really fantastic week. And I'll just skip to Leo since we're heading towards the signs coming out for the next month, and Leo looks like it's going to be quite an interesting time for you guys at this time of year as well. So I'll just switch to Leo for the week ahead anyway, and they've given you the willpower card for the week starting the 13th to the 7th, but there's a reminder here. They're showing me the Earth here in balance and the Moon out here. Now, and the willpower card, they're saying, watch out this week for putting yourself in between almost like two opposing powers. That's the best way they're describing it to me. And it's almost like you can be too focused. Okay, that's fine, thanks. You're too focused here on what's happening in reality, which is absolutely fine, but the moon represents a shadow aspect of yourself for the things that you emotionally haven't addressed in this week. And also they're telling me that your willpower is really quite amazing, but you can push down these shadow aspects which relate to the emotional side of yourself that you could have under wraps for a period of time. And you may find with this particular moon that you may not be able to stop or keep this amazing willpower of keeping these emotions in check. So just be mindful this week for your particular sign, Leo, that you can have some little blow-ups and be caught in the middle between what you perceive your reality is but what you really need to address emotionally. The other thing is that your sign in particular for week could have a tendency to daydream with the universe out in the background here. And they're going, keep your feet planted in this reality. Really, really important for you to do that for this week, Leo, because I kind of feel that I'm just being told you could be at cross purposes in conversations, simply because you're coming from your point of view with your willpower and not understanding that other people are coming from their point of view with their willpower as well. I'd say it's quite a good week if you're prepared to find the compromise in yourself first and then a compromise, because there's a clash with a work colleague showing up here, Leo. The willpower side of things says, do I concede that I could make a compromise here, or am I going to fight to need to be right? So you just do need to be really mindful of that, gorgeous Leos. Watch out for that amazing strength and willpower that you actually have, that you don't end up at cross purposes for someone this week. Right, we're just going to switch over to the gorgeous Virgos and actually see where you're going for this week, starting the 13th of the 7th, and just see what's actually going on for Virgo. Right, guys, you actually have got the Blessings card, and I am using the Spellcasting Oracle cards deck to start off. I'm being told the phrase that I'm getting given over and over again, by the light of this beautiful big Capricorn moon that we've got going on here in the background. Remember to actually count your blessings and look at what you have, Virgo, right under your nose right now. There's very much a daydreaming quality coming off this card, and also being told that you can have a tendency to get a little bit frustrated with your own expectations about how you think things should be, particularly to do with timelines or expectations from other people. Now, I do actually have people here as well wishing things could have been different, wishing things would go a different way. They said there's an art to wishing for Virgo, as long as you are actually looking at it as, what am I also implementing at the same time that I'm wishing? If you're wishing things could actually be different, well, that's starting a catalyst for the universe to actually bring in change around you, Virgo, but it may not be change that you want yourself, Spirit's telling me, unless you are actually proactive. So it's time to actually be really, really proactive in this week. Counting your blessings 100%, but don't get caught up in daydreaming around expectations that you would like to come true. They're saying watch out for a catalyst to do with this in this week if you're not careful, which will bump or kickstart you forward with what you're supposed to be changing. I would make a plan on the basis of that with this beautiful moon and move yourself forward. If you're stuck in a rut, by making just a tiny step in the right direction, Virgos, or looks like there may be a little bit of a catalyst from the universe coming in the form of another person to kind of shunt you or jumpstart you a little bit forward as well. Time to have a look at what you want to change for yourself, not where the universe is going to shove you. Bring those daydreams back into reality, Virgo, and you'll be a lot better off. Right, just moving on to Libra. And again, we're still sitting a little bit with Libra, to actually look at, you've got the lighten your load card. Sorry, they're reflecting quite badly. Again, we've got a lot that we're in this moon energy, and the moon is factoring in a lot of the cards right at the moment as well. I've been lightly alone. They've just said to me, Libra, at the moment, you're doing a lot of stargazing. And a lot of looking at the stars that you want to have, or the stars that you want to reach, but feeling the burdens of the weight of being weighed down, or earth plane expectations right at the moment as well. And the guy's bent over and he's carrying it on his back. The balance is between carrying the earth heaviness, they're telling me, and actually still keeping your eye on the stars as well. The frustration point is here for Librans right at the moment. The answers in vulnerability, I've had a discussion around that today, the answers in vulnerability and the emotions. Now, the moon is all about hidden emotions, Libra, and so there's a week of intensity, they've just told me, from the 13th for you, where you're actually having to look at where your balances are between emotional states and what you do on the earth plane as well. It's time to get real, it's time to lighten your load. There's a suggestion here that you either reinvent and relook at what your stars are, what your goals are, what you're actually heading to, and actually see what you need to free up on the earth plane so that you can actually go after that vision as well. Great week for reprioritising. They're telling me where you're actually heading and what you actually need to do for yourself, Libra, as well. So shifting away here onto gorgeous Scorpio. I'll just get a card for you as well. I was just really going through the cards of that. Wait, just grab that one. So you actually have the Dreams card, gorgeous Scorpio, and you're actually being told to, oh, okay, they've given me a reoccurring dream, and there's reoccurring dreams and disrupted sleep patterns. So from the 13th to the 7th, with this particular moon, now it is a big dream moon, it is brought energy in really close. Again, there's a moon in the background and a bigger moon here as well. I've got that distinct song that's playing, which is torn between two lovers and feeling like a fool. But I kind of feel for you, Scorpio, it's more along the lines of actually going, I don't think quite that situation suits you, or quite this situation suits you, or I don't think quite that person suits you, or another person doesn't suit you. They're going, please hold on to what you actually want and what you're dreaming about, because the clearer you are with the universe, the more you can bring that into fruition. Again, you've got a reminder for your sign, gorgeous Scorpio, as well, just to make sure that you bring dreams into this reality. We can spend a lot of time, a lot of the astrological signs that are very thoughtful or very intense or very self-reflective in our aspects of our mind. And they're saying, while that's a great energy to build it in your mind, it's also crucial energy that you actually bring some things into reality. They're giving me a pen and a piece of paper, Scorpio, and they're telling you to write down a real plan for the week and implement about 5 things, but implement about one of them, just so you can say, I carried myself forward in what I was supposed to do. So that's a little bit of a heads up for you, Scorpios. Now the next sign that we're moving to is Sagittarius. Restless energy is what they've just given me. Amazingly restless energy. And they have given Sagittarius, you have the manifestation card as well. The moon's coming up in so many of these cards as well. The investigation here, now this person is actually looking at the moon and manifesting off the wand here exactly what they actually really want. Now, for Sagittarians, I'm getting the phrase be specific. Be specific about what you're actually wanting. And then straight behind be specific was the words be realistic. Now, I do know that they're saying the Sagittarians can take to flights of fantasy or fancy and are sometimes either guarded or not clear enough in what their needs are as well. So watch out, Sagittarius, for putting a little bit of a but I can't do this on this week, and bring it back to manifesting into reality what you actually want to accomplish as well. Very much a reminder there to tidy up any loose ends that you've been avoiding. Sagittarians are not known for completing what they need to complete at times and leaving it till the last minute. There's a reminder not to do that, Sagittarius, for this week. And make sure that you take ownership that you've just been told. And with the manifestation card as well, manifesting into your reality, good things, bad things, the universe is indifferent. It will bring you stuff that you just have to deal with. This week there'll be something that you actually have to deal with. Face up, front up, and get off for it, and get organised on what you're supposed to do, Sagittarius. So that's all we're telling off from Spirit there as well. Now just moving to Capricorn for this week, starting the 13th to the 7th. So we'll see what's coming up for you guys as well. So dear Capricorn, you have just been given the boundaries card. Now, Spirit is actually saying to me that indicating on the actual card there is an infinity symbol. And very much like they're giving me in my head the sign of the Orberus, which is the snake that kind of eats its own tail. Now we are in your moon at the moment, Capricorn moon, and Capricorns can really be being given the term self-interpretive or self-diagnostic or involved to a little bit to a degree, and where they can get stuck in their own hurdles. Now, before everyone kills me for that, I'm just following what Spirit actually gives me here for this week. In Capricorn, you are being told to get out of your own thoughts into an action plan and start looking at what you are earthly creating. There seems to be for this week around some Capricorns a need to be paying attention to small children or to small children's needs, and then I'm just being jokingly being told, and large people's needs as well. So if you're getting that childlike need to play this week, Capricorn, it's probably because the universe is giving you a push and intensity to get out of your head, get into action, and get into some playfulness. It's a good week, and I'm also hearing the song Rainy Day Woman. So I am being told to kind of remind you that it's okay to actually rug up and get out in the weather. It's almost like you need the clouds and the rain and walks to just blow away some of that intensity, gorgeous Capricorn as well. So just shifting now to Aquarius for the week starting the 13th and the 7th. You have been given, oh look, the answers card. Now, I'm sorry about the glare on the answers card. It is, they're telling me it's almost like in the picture it's Father Time, and there is wishes and dreams come true around you, Aquarius, right at the moment. Again, the solution, they're telling me the solution's right there, So the answers that you're actually looking for are being divinely guided towards you, but for this week, Aquarius, not quite in the format that you were thinking. If you're in line for a promotion or a job promotion, there seems to be an extension and a timing for some people about when that job is actually going to come to fruition. But I do feel that you're going to get a tentative answer, and this is if you've gone for a job, a loan, or a application for anything. There's a tentative yes coming back in terms of an answer, but a need for you to also to do your research, I'm being told, Aquarius, and pay attention to the details. A good week for you, but make sure that you've got your eye on the prize, on the answers, what you actually want to hear, and follow through with momentum. You've just been told to do that as well. There's a little reminder for someone here about looking after their own eyesight. This is particularly to do with Aquarius. And make sure that you're actually, I've got someone that just given me a distinct feeling of someone got an inflammation around an eye or a sty, and needing to actually get that sorted out properly as well. It looks like there's an ingrowth here or something. Good grief. I'll just leave that with you, Aquarius, for the week and see how you go. Moving ahead to Pisces. For the week starting the 13th to the 7th. And remember, these are tiny little snapshots of the cards, guys, which is what I actually try and do. So switching to Pisces, you are being given the prosperity card. Sorry, it's very hard to read when they're very, very bright. And the vision that they've actually given me, because I've really sort of illuminating the top bit here of where she's actually reaching to on the card, and I have the Maroon 5 song Reach for the Stars as the line of the song, and I do feel that there's been a few of you Pisceans who have either had a dream in the pipeline for a period of time or been waiting for some appropriate timing to bring this through the fore. Through from the 15th in this month, which we're going to hit in this time frame that we're actually doing for Pisces, they're going Reach for the Stars. There's a reminder here that the universe, which is in the background to do with prosperity, is giving you some backing. And if you are thinking, Pisces, that you did want to go for a home loan or change a venue where you were living, or aspire for that dream date, dream job, dream person, dream understanding, they're saying this is a time to actually go for it in this week, particularly because you're building momentum in through August for what you want to achieve, Pisces, as well. So, ooh, what a week to kick things off. Now, thank you, and heading towards Aries right at the moment, you have the Peace card. They're just actually saying to me as well, because this is an illumination card, and for those Aries people, like Aries is a fire sign, and very much actually looking at. Sorry, I'm just listening to what they've actually got to say for Aries as well, because they're saying that the only way for you to generate the peace that you actually need in yourself, and she is sitting there in her own energy, in her own understanding as well, and is actually asking the universe to extend that peace outwards into their own areas. I'm being reminded by Spirit here that you've actually got to start it with yourself. And thought patterns, habitual patterns, loop cycle thinking is not going to bring you the peace that you want. They're showing it to me along the lines for Aries of going, well, if this always happens to me, or this is really frustrating. Impatience, thank you. There's a huge amount of impatience here. Impatience is not about peaceful ways of living, and it doesn't radiate out peacefulness. So I would say really watch your frustrations with other people and actually bring the calm into yourself that you actually need for yourself. It's a bit of a complex this week. It's a little bit stop-start for Aries this week. Temperamental is the phrase that they've actually given me, and a need to strive for that inner peace and not be tipped from external circumstances into a less peaceful state. I kind of feel that you will have to take yourself off this week just for some downtime, Aries, just so that you can actually say, not get into those flares of temperament or flares of temper on the basis that you've allowed someone else to steal your peace. So I'll leave that with you, Aries, and I will jump to, sorry, I'm keeping track of them, I will jump to Taurus now for the week starting the 13th of the 7th and just see what they've actually got to give you guys. Bearing in mind it's just snippets, and sometimes they are really quick and concise. It seems like they're doing that tonight, and they are actually wanting people to actually pay attention for the week. Now, we are looking at Taurus, and you have got the confidence card, and I'm being asked to actually say off this card, confidence in actions, confidence in well-being, confidence in who you are as a person. This is owning it week, they've just told me as well. Now, Taurus can be, they're giving me the word analytical rather than celebratory in terms of turning up and going, ta-da, this is just who I am, and the confidence to pull that off. Now, someone's calling your bluff this week, they've just said, and you're going to have to instill your confidence into either pulling off a work assignment or pulling off a study assignment. Actually step into ownership that the wings that you have can enable you to fly, Taurus, and it's up to you, because instead of the moon aspect is actually right in the background here still, and where you aspire to fly to is where your confidence is gained in proving a point or proving what you're actually able to do, Taurus, as well. So I kind of, it's a little bit of a reminder. They've said you've got your wings already. Give yourself your confidence and soar. It's actually really, really important that you actually look at doing that this week as well. Whatever you start this week that you're flying towards has long-term ramifications, I've said, and it's really, really, really important that you actually step into ownership with that kicking off this week as well. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself your own confidence, Taurus, and allow yourself to start the beginnings of that flight that you're supposed to be on to soar into your own confidence. I hope that helps. Right, just moving on to the gorgeous Gemini for this week starting the 13th of the 7th. Just for a week, and we'll see where we're being taken with the lovely Gemini. Oh, Now, you've been given as a starting point for this week the Love card. Sorry, the reflections are absolutely terrible off this deck. And she is holding a rose. The moon is having a really, really big factor in this because the moon is showing up here in the background of this card as well. Now, she is holding a rose quartz crystal to her throat and in alignment with her third eye up here as well. Now, there's a misty feel coming off this card, and they're actually saying the love that you direct towards yourself, Gemini, is a healing aspect that actually bridges between the two aspects of yourself and helps to bring you into understanding. They said be careful in this week, the 13th and the 7th Gemini, for working at cross purposes to yourself in an unloving way. Now, because you sit under the sign of the twins and duality, Gemini, you do actually need to actually look for yourself in understanding where you love all aspects of yourself. And to be perfectly honest, in your duality, this is one of your life path challenges, to actually accept the love that you need from yourself. So this is a reminder week, by the looks of things, for the 13th for you, Gemini, that your self-love is a crucial bridge between the two aspects of yourself as well. Your inner reflections of how you deal with yourself this week will be reflected by others. So there's a really, really big reminder for this as well. Now, look after you, Gemini, and make sure to celebrate that as well, because it's not an easy thing to do. And I'll leave you with that. So for everybody else, just as a reminder right across all signs, we are in this amazing big thunder moon, Capricorn moon. If you have a sun, if you have Capricorn in moon or rising, then you can be doubly affected by this super moon. For everybody else, the moon is always about emotional content. This one's about big dreams as well. But the emotional content is also the shadow aspects that we actually need to deal with in ourselves. We are in real energy on the planet at the moment, what's truthfully important to us, where we want to turn up, how we want to investigate our emotional states and what we actually need for ourselves. And I can't stress enough that it is actually really, really important that we start these processes as well. We're in big heading towards big dimensional shifts and understanding, and we are really pulling into how we're feeling, what we're doing, and how we actually address that in ourselves as well. This is just a little snippet for the week coming, and I wish you all the best and enjoy your week, and just bring in the little comments that Spirit adds in with these cards into mindfulness, so that you can actually kind of have a little tiny bit of a heads up of how to actually work with yourself this week. Take care of you. Keep shining.